Welcome to the UglyMugsPodcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
So, due to a clerical error, that clerical error being I don't remember things, I bought Justin a tea he's already had on here.
Yeah, it's the Bigelow Mint Medley. I had that when we first started the Bigelows, but I don't care. I'll drink it.
You like it?
I like it.
Okay. Well, at least I didn't fuck up too bad. I, on the other hand, have Don Francisco's. It's their double French, and I was like, "What is a double French?" Apparently, double French means dark ass roast.
It is. It's. I can smell my mint, but if I lean a little bit toward you, I can smell that coffee. It is strong.
It is good, but dark.
And as I'm looking at your cup, on the inside of the ring, it has like little fine grounds in it. And I take it that's a part of the coffee itself.
Yeah, that came from doing it in the French press.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is the greatest grind for French press. I think
don't think
so too much is escaping, which means it ends up making it a little bit stronger because you're getting little bits of bean in there.
Yeah.
So this one's definitely very strong. I would definitely suggest it going through more of a filter situation than what a French press does.
Yeah. Now, the movies we saw last week.
I don't remember shit.
It was two college ones. One.
Oh, right. So it was Revenge of the Nerds, and it was Animal House.
Yes.
We'll start with Revenge of the Nerds because we watched it first. What'd you think of that?
It was really good. It made me believe that there was a time where. Oh wait, there was that time where nerds were
not cool,
and always looked down upon. And,
I mean, that time was still a thing when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So
same.
Fucking bastards now got it easy.
Yeah, now you guys want to be us.
But
it was good. It was a good movie. The nerds did indeed get their revenge.
What'd you think of the music?
Yeah,
it
was a great
great soundtrack.
Yeah.
And I told you I have the revenge song that they do for the show, the talent show or whatever. I have that on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I'm a nerd.
It was good.
Young John Goodman.
He played a lot of guys who needed to throw their voice. Yeah. I've come to notice that.
Well, he's got a booming voice.
He's got that big boom, get out of my house type of voice, you know?
Anytime he's not had to, because no one's forcing him to, anytime he's chosen to do voice acting, I've been all for it. Like, him being Baloo in the sequel to The Jungle Book was amazing. Him being Sully in Monsters, Inc. is amazing.
Yeah.
So I would actually, like, if he's one of those guys that gets to a point in his career where he's like, I think I'm done being in front of the camera, I just want to voice act, I'm here for it.
Right behind you.
But I'd also at the same time be like, I'm going to miss seeing you.
Yeah.
And then Lauren pointed out the fact that one of the nerds was Lizzie McGuire's dad in the Lizzie McGuire show.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I okay. That was what you were doing halfway through the movie, and I was like, "What? What's going on?" You were shaking your head, and I was just like, "Okay."
Yeah, I didn't want to pull you away from the movie. I was like, "Let's not." Yeah, he was Lizzie McGuire's dad.
Jesus Christ.
The one that pleases the lady.
Yes.
Other than the soundtrack, what did you think of it? Do you think it was filmed well? The sets were good.
The sets were good. The overall action was nice. The characters each had their own arcs. That they all had their own personalities. No one was taken away from the thing, but at the same time, you knew who the quote unquote heroes were.
Yeah.
You know, it had good pacing. It was an overall good movie.
I think one of the best parts is Booger doing the the arm wrestle. Just
and she was like, ugh.
Can you pull it up? I want to see what it is on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, God.
I want to see how much we agree or disagree. Now, this movie hit big. Like, I've never met anyone that has seen this and not liked it.
That's not too well. Metacritic hit hard.
Yeah, Metacritic hit hard, but 70% from Rotten Tomatoes. Now, the big problem is this movie's being looked at and being graded on Rotten Tomatoes. This movie came out in '84.
Yeah, and I think it still holds up.
Yeah, but it is definitely not a movie by today's levels, and not that I'm saying it's not a movie. I'm saying that they wouldn't make this now.
No. No.
So the fact that it got the rating it did in such a very different time, I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll watch the sequel just because, but the sequel it's just not as good.
I wouldn't suspect so. But through Google, it says 88% of users enjoy this movie. And I'm like, okay, just as long as you know your audience. That's, I guess, what you need to do as far as
I think that's the case
movies.
for a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like the audience that it was meant for loves it, but the audience that it was meant for is smaller. And then the next one was National Lampoon's Animal House.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Now that one was a little bit more out there than Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
But it still had a story to tell, and it told its story, and then the last 20 minutes it kind of checked out. And the reason why I say it like that is because
The whole parade thing is
the whole parade
kind of a big
thing, and then
checkout.
and then everyone having their closing statements, and
Now this one's got a better Rotten Tomatoes
yeah, it's got a better Rotten Tomatoes, which is
and a better Metacritic.
yeah, and a little under the Google users with an 85 instead of the 88.
Yeah, it's a 92
But-
on Rotten and a 79 on Meta.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, I mean, it was a good movie. Jim Belushi makes the entire thing.
Belushi makes most of the movies. And one of the problems with Blues Brothers 2000s was the fact that he was gone, and so they replaced him with John Goodman. And while John Goodman does amazing, it just wasn't the same. The other problem is that movie just wasn't that good. But you know, when you watch something knowing that Jim was supposed to be a part of it, it's always a little weird. Now it was directed by John Landis. Oh, sorry, I said Jim. I meant John Belushi, not Jim Belushi. Wait, I'm getting confused now.
John Belushi.
Yeah. Sorry, Jim's his brother.
Yes.
And
John Landis.
but it was directed by John Landis,
Yes.
who did direct several comedies, but is most famous for American Werewolf in London.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's weird that he was the comedy guy for a little bit and then went on to do one of the best horror movies of all time. A horror movie that you've actually seen and hold pretty high. So
It's up there.
what did you think of this one's soundtrack?
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
We all I think all three of us were kicking our legs around and doing shout.
Yeah. We were doing Shout, and then the problem is they have Louie Louie in it,
Oh yeah.
and that song gets stuck in my head instantly. And I said it now, and that's it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hearing me in the kitchen in like an hour.
Come on now. Come on now.
Story held up till you said like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was an okay story. There wasn't really much substance other than a piece of shit fraternity is still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
They aren't gonna fix themselves. What are they gonna do? Oh, they're gonna get kicked out. Okay, well, time for their revenge.
This one has shown up in a lot of movies. Not a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows,
Yeah.
including Futurama doing an entire episode around it with
Robot House.
Yeah. And the dean that hates them actually voices Dean Toadblatt in Billy and Mandy when they're doing their Harry Potter episodes. But Revenge of the Nerds has also been in a few things. They did a little thing with Family Guy with it and a couple things like that. They basically did the talent show to distract people as they're robbing Peter Schmidt.
Huh.
But I don't think this one... It definitely holds up, but I don't think the ending holds up today.
No.
So, and this is considered one of the funniest movies of all time.
Yeah, and it only was made off of $3 million, and it made $141 million.
Yeah, it fucking killed.
It murdered.
Now, I will say that this was probably the inspiration behind things like, did you ever see ABC Family's show Greek? Okay, so
No.
basically it's about a kid who goes to college and pledges a fraternity, and it's kind of the drama. It does get a little soap opera at moments, but other moments are fun and goof and whatnot. But he ends up in the party house.
Huh. All right. I mean, I don't know if it would be anything that I would lean in to watch, but I mean,
It's definitely not meant for everyone.
Nah.
I watched the whole thing, and then was pissed off when they did a little 5-minute recap video short that was supposed to take place a couple of years after the show ended, and they basically undid all the good that they ended the show on. Characters broke up, things like that, and they were just like,
No.
but we're still friends, and I'm like, that was crap.
Yeah.
But tonight we are going to do a Jason Segel night, and kind of a Paul Rudd night, because he's actually in both, but he's only the main character in one.
Oh, there.
We're going to do Forgetting Sarah Marshall,
Okay.
which is Jason Segel and what is her name? Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis, and what is his name? He's known for being like the partier, but in his movies, but he actually is like really straight laced.
What movie are we talking about again?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Oh crap! I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Everyone's screaming at me right now.
Probably, and I probably spelled Marshall wrong. I did.
Where is it? Scroll down. Right there. Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. Yeah,
By far one of his best roles.
really?
Yeah, he's actually a lot of fun in
I
this
keep
movie.
clicking my tongue. I need to quit doing that. Sorry.
This movie got a sequel that was not written or directed by the original writers and directors, and only has two people that carry over. One of which is playing a different character, and it's called Get 'Em to the Greek.
I saw that one.
Okay, that's a spin-off sequel type of thing to this.
Really?
Yeah, but this is better and kind of a very different story. The second movie we're gonna do is I Love You Man, a personal favorite of mine. It's Paul Rudd. Again, it's Jason Segel, and then I do believe Rashida Jones, Quincy Jones' daughter. Fun fact. And Andy Samberg, and I think it's one of his calmer roles. I don't know if you've seen a lot of Andy Samberg stuff.
I have.
He's a very, I don't want to say crazy, but he's a goofball, you know?
He is a goofball.
This one, he plays kind of a calmer character. He plays Paul Rudd's gay brother.
Okay.
But he's not like flamboyant gay.
No,
he's gay.
He's just all right.
Another one that I liked him in because of the character he played was That's My Boy with Adam Sandler. Just because Adam Sandler's character was the nuts one, and his character was like calm and just a businessman in a suit type of thing.
I like
It
him
was
in,
just trying to be different.
I still like him in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I have not watched it.
It's good.
Yeah, everyone tells me I need to watch it. They think it's right up my alley.
I wouldn't say it's up your alley, but it's something that you'll slowly just grow to love.
I mean, let's be honest. Why I'm gonna watch it? Big muscly black dude that eats yogurt. Terry Crews is automatically the reason. I still want to play Crackdown just because of him.
Even though it's not great.
Yeah.
I played about 3 hours of it just to see how it would be. No, it's not.
I just want Terry Crews screaming on my TV.
And it's not that much.
I need to see if he'll do a personal ringtone for me.
I'm sure he's on Fiverr.
What's Fiverr?
Oh.
I don't know what Fiverr is. I know what Cameo is.
Yeah, Fiverr is basically where you got people just doing stuff for small things. But let's go look up.
For like $5-10. That's kind of cool.
Let's see if Terry Crews is on here. Nah, nothing. Fuck off.
Is it spelled that way?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
But I know who else is on here.
Is it someone I'm gonna like? Oh, yeah, I don't want him screaming at me on my phone.
I thought he was on here. I know he has something. I don't think it's Fiverr.
He's on Cameo.
I think it's Cameo then.
Yeah, it's Scott Steiner, in case you guys are wondering. Yeah, he's on Cameo. I watched one of his cameos. I haven't bought any cameos, but I've watched people on them. I actually originally found out about them because I listened to Hair Nation on Sirius XM. And one of the guys, his wife bought him a cameo. And now he's just become obsessed with it. He just licks through it all day long.
But, yeah, Terry Crews is a good boy. He's a good man.
Pick up your phone or something. I don't know what it would be.
You pick it up.
Just something.
Power up.
I'm hoping that next week we can watch Mad Max 1 and 2.
Yeah, I've seen one, but I wouldn't mind going through it again.
Now, something I want to kind of break down for you. So 1 is society basically crashing because of the oil industry, shit like that.
Water being scarce.
Yeah, water being scarce. 2, it's kind of hard to tell. They don't really confirm it until 3, I do believe. 2 may be that while that shit was going on, some people dropped nukes.
Oh, thanks.
And that's when the world really got fucked. And then 3 is Beyond Thunderdome. So like you really see how crazy everything is. And then what we'll do is we'll watch 1 and 2. And then on a different night, I don't know if it'll be the next week or the week after that or what, but a different night we'll watch
3 and Fury Road.
Yeah, 3 and Fury Road. Fury Road was done where you can consider it a sequel, you can consider it its own. I personally like to consider it a sequel.
Okay.
And they're still saying that they're going to do a sequel to Fury Road. So, fingers crossed. I went and saw Fury Road in theaters. It was fucking amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Big sound,
big screen for big explosions. It was everything was great about that. That is one of those movies where it's like if they ever re-release it in theaters, go see it.
Oh yeah.
There's a few things where it's like, oh, like I'm trying to think of a good example. Captain America is back in theaters. Well, Captain America was good.
Well, okay, wait. What if it was Captain America, Winter Soldier, and
the marathons?
yeah,
The marathons are cool.
Yeah.
I just don't have that much time in a day normally.
yeah, because it's 7-ish, a little under 7 hours. Because
Yeah.
you get 20 minutes between each movie to go and grab something to eat and then sit for the next one. Yeah, it's a bit much.
Which reminds me, you've heard about Movie Pass, and then AMC's got a version of Movie Pass. Have you heard about those? So me and Lauren tried Movie Pass. It sucked. We canceled it immediately. We actually never even used our first one.
Really?
Yeah, we were both out like $10 each.
Oh.
It was never showing anything we wanted to see. It just wasn't worth it.
I gotcha.
I personally don't like the AMC theaters we have in town. I don't like their concession prices, and I don't like their upkeep on the theaters. So I don't go and do AMC. So I haven't bought the AMC one. I'm a big Regal person.
Regal for life.
Regal just launched one. It comes with 3 different things. The theaters I like to go to fit in the second bracket. You can seriously just go and watch movies all day long. Any day. There's no blackout dates. The only time you'll get charged extra is if it's a marathon. There's going to be a service fee.
Oh, yeah, because you're basically taking the seat for the day.
Thing like Fathom events, those aren't covered at all. You'd have to pay for those. You get a discount on snacks and drinks. You still get reward points. Now, you don't get reward points for the movies that you're using this for, but you are getting points for like the snacks and stuff like that. You can reserve up to 3 movies at a time, just not the same time. So you can't have a 12 o'clock movie that's 2 hours long, so it ends at 2, and reserve a movie that starts at 1:30.
Oh, yeah.
But you can I could book a movie tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. And while having those 3 booked, me and you could go to the theaters right now, and I could use it to get a movie right now. Because I'm not booking one. I'm just going and seeing one.
That's actually really nice.
You have to take a photo, because only you are allowed to use it.
Oh, yeah.
And when you come up and scan it, it'll pop up your photo.
Just for you, yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
Sadly, they don't have like a couples thing. Otherwise, I would do that. But the prices, I do believe, are 18, 21, and 24. Yeah. My theaters are covered by the $21 one. But the $24, it's $3 more for pretty much every Regal. I was like, I might do that. Dude, they cover the reclining seat Regals too.
That's
so
nice.
I might start doing this.
The only thing is I want to know what the movies are to see if I would be good for it.
Scroll back up real quick. I think I just saw something on this. This is saying not final, but they're talking that the surcharge would be $2 to $3. Okay. It's any movie.
Any.
Yeah.
So literally anything that's coming out.
We could go and see Spider-Man right now.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Yeah. It's any movie, anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah. It's just only 3 reserves at a time.
Okay.
And if you do a reserve and you miss it, they kind of wag their finger at you and go, "Don't do it again." You're not penalized for missing your reserve. But if you start missing them a lot, that's when they'll be like, "Okay, we're going to cancel your subscription because you're never showing up." And you can also buy it monthly or by a year.
Yeah.
So the $21 one comes at like $200 something for the year. I was like, that's actually a full year worth of movie watching. And if there's a movie I like enough, I could literally go and watch it several times while it's in theaters. It might be something I do. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I think the big problem with you is you don't have a Regal by you. You'd have to go a little further to get to a Regal.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the one inside the Orleans is.
I think that's not Cinemark.
It's something like that, though. It's one of the cinema ones.
It used to be Century.
Oh, I think it still is.
No, they changed it.
Oh, did they? Because I know that's the one you like to go to because of their seats.
Yeah, they have $5 Tuesdays.
Yeah, that too.
It's Century.
Okay, yeah, it's a Century. But me personally, I've always loved Regal. I've got 3 Regals by me. So I've got an older Regal. I've got one inside a casino they keep up. And I've got a reclining chair Regal. So it's worth it for me.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not bad. I mean, $5 Tuesdays, the upkeep's not too bad. And the reclining seats. So, I mean...
Yeah, that's the one thing that I've ran into with the older Regal I like to go to is they're not doing upkeep. I was actually sitting in a theater, watched a movie, and about halfway through I realized the seat next to me was gone. There was no cushion. And I was like, oh, good thing I didn't just sit there.
Yeah.
And then as I was leaving, I started noticing that like a bunch of the rows were missing like armrests on the chairs and shit.
Are people like taking them home?
I don't know what the fuck's going on, but like that Regal's a little fucked up now. And it's like, it's probably like I don't know. It's probably getting closer to its 20-year mark now. That Regal's been there for a while.
Oh, so you think a redo might be?
They need to do a remodel. But the other two are nice, especially the reclining chair one. That one's only a couple years old.
Yeah.
So for anyone out there that's a movie lover, we are not sponsored, but I definitely am a fan of this Regal thing because I got Movie Pass and was excited, and it ended up being complete shit. I lost money on that.
I'm a fan. It's just I don't have time.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like, especially if I'm doing the monthly thing at 23, I'd have to go and see, or 24, I'd have to go and see at least 2 movies.
2 months?
Yeah.
Even if it's the same one?
Yeah, because I mean, if I wanted to see it twice, I'd still have to pay. Like, I went and saw Deadpool 3 times. I had to pay for that movie 3 times. Granted, 2 of those were at the drive-in.
Yeah.
And that was cheaper.
They were nice.
But one of them, like, I had to go and pay full normal price because I went to a Regal.
Yeah.
So, not that it wasn't fun. I loved going all 3 times. It was a great movie. I had a friend. Yeah. I had a friend. It's his favorite comic book character, so he wanted to go as many times. He went a couple more times without me.
Oh.
He went a lot. But we'll move on to the news from here. Just look out for the Jason sequel movies on our next episode, and then hopefully Mad Max the episode after that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with this.
Let's get our complaints out of the way. So, League of Legends, one of my favorite games. I've got tattoos of League on my arms. I'm behind League 100%. It's just...
I thought that was a plunger. I'm just fucking with you.
Give me a reason not to hit you. But they're doing some decisions that always make us go, why? They're redoing Pantheon, which is fine. He's a good champ. Could use a visual upgrade, which they did.
Now, the visual upgrade I understand for a couple of reasons. 1, it makes people go, oh, I want to go look at him.
Yeah.
2, it makes people go, oh, I like looking at him.
Yeah.
And 3, it makes people go, oh, shit, I got to get the new pop or the new T-shirt, new keychain.
Some designs could do that.
You know, like, if it's enough of a change.
And
like,
he looks great.
So it's like, from a business standpoint, it's genius to give him a nice new polish.
It is good, but they gave him an upgrade to his abilities.
And that's where you have issues.
That's where I got big issues. I'm kind of, if I were to play Summoner's Rift on a more daily basis, I would do support, brawler support. I enjoyed Braum when he first, was popping around, and I started doing like Scion support because I just like going in and doing damage. Pantheon is said to be played jungle top lane. No, play him support because he's basically a better Braum. He can jump in on enemy. He can back out using his new fucking shield that he can empower and just walk away for free because it blocks out 98% of physical damage from ranged champions. It's just a Braum, but better. And it's like, then is Braum going to get his? Is his 4-hit proc going to go down to like a 2-hit proc? Like, what's going to go on with him? He's going to fall behind.
What kind of character is Braum again?
Braum is a support. He's a jump to ally, give them a shield.
Gotcha. And he, what's his like style of his character?
Braum or Pantheon?
Braum.
Braum?
You showed me Pantheon.
Braum is a big man with a big shield that is a happy-go-lucky kind of person.
Okay. He looks fun.
He is fun. It's just...
I like his mustache.
Oh, yeah. And he's a very...
Oh, he's like goofing around, spinning his shield with like, was that a kitten on it?
No, that's a Poro.
So a kitten?
Think half...
scratch that. It looks like a possum.
Think half goat, half... half goat, half bear? They're little tiny puffballs.
Okay, so it's treble.
Kind of? I don't know, man.
Treble and treble.
Treble and treble. But Braum kind of has that strongman vibe from
like a circus. Gotcha.
Yeah,
it explains the tricks he was doing with the shield and stuff too.
Yeah, he's got that vibe. But his passive is if he hits first, the next 3 hits, if they hit in a quick succession, it causes a stun. Pantheon gets that for free with his W. He could just hop in, stun.
Okay.
And it's just it's a good stun. It's a really long stun. It's just during a team fight, what would be more beneficial? Something that would hit a little bit later, or something that'll hit right then, right now.
Yeah.
Stand Behind Me, which is a move where he jumps to an ally, gives them damage reduction. Okay, sure, Pantheon may not have anything of the sort, but he jumps to an enemy and stuns them. And then just like his E, he gets to pop out his shield and walk away. Because anything ranged hits him and he walks away. That's fine. As far as Pantheon's shield, though, he gets a weapon. He gets to poke and prod as he walks away. So he's still doing damage.
So now I had mentioned this to you before, and you said that they've already announced upgrades for 2 more characters.
Visual, but I think they might actually do more for Fiddlesticks and Volibear.
Okay. Now, and I had asked, do you think they'll do an upgrade to Braum then, now that Pantheon is more like Braum? Maybe they'll do an upgrade to Braum to kind of throw his skills off a little bit?
Honestly, I'm hoping.
Fiddlesticks is crazy looking.
Fiddlesticks is crazy looking. He's a happy boy.
What kind of reminds me of Scarecrow from
Batman?
Thank you. Yes.
Batman. And then Volibear is the other
Speaking of which, 100%ed Arkham Asylum again last night.
Hell yeah.
Not that that's a real achievement of any kind, but their 10-year anniversary is this month.
Oh,
so
hey.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go through and do another 100% on it.
Okay. But Volibear is getting another one, and I like Volibear. Volibear kind of deserves it. He's one of the OGs.
So you know what ruined the badass big polar bear thing for me? Golden Compass.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
every time I see a big badass polar bear, I just think of that damn movie and book
hang on,
franchise.
let me show you one of the mock-ups that they had for him, because this is the one. Yeah, look at this mock-up.
That's kind of gnarly.
Yeah,
he's got like a storm cloud shooting lightning down to his hands.
Because he is the Waking Storm.
He's got braided hair too.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
The fucking god, and then all of the mock-ups for the new Fiddlesticks.
Well, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I like
that
one.
Fat Fiddlesticks is a little weird.
Oh,
right there, Jay.
Oh, there. Yeah.
They gave him like a nipple too. It looks like,
Yeah.
which is a little.
But there's a whole bunch of different types of fan art or concept art. I don't know, but even so, there's a whole bunch of it out there, and I'm super excited to see what they're gonna do to 2 champions that I don't mind. But they royally screwed Braum. I mean, I have Braum's shield right here on my left arm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you kind of screwed him on it. You made a brawler type.
Oh, let me see the tattoo. Yeah, I can't come up with any jokes for that one. Damn.
Yeah, you can. And you kind of screwed one of my favorite champions by kind of nullifying his kit. Now, I mean, unless you can buff him up with some armor, magic resist passives, because, I mean, shit, with skins like these, come on.
I like the Santa Claus skin.
Yeah, there's Santa Claus, and then there's another one that I think you might like.
This that one's kind of cool.
Mafia, where he has a big vault as his shield.
Yeah, that's cool. He's got like a big money bag in his hand.
Yeah.
I like the mustaches they gave the little things.
Oh, on Howling Abyss, which is ARAM, if you feed one of the Poros, they get a mustache.
Aw,
Only when you feed them with Braum.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Now, question: League has like actual like championship things, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Worlds is coming up soon.
Do you think you'd ever be at the level of? Oh, he's a luchador.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever be at the level of one of those?
Give me a little bit of time. I think I might be able to, but I have the. Okay, here's how I tell myself.
Because I know that I could never do anything like that, so I'm always interested about other people.
It's like I have the mentality of a low platinum, maybe low diamond if I'm on a good day, but I have the play stylings of like a high silver. Like I'm not. You understand how it works. It's your execution that needs it. Yeah, okay. That's fair acclamation.
See, like when it came to here's a good example. When it came to Pokemon, yeah. I beat the games. I didn't understand the types against the types against the types.
You just brute forced it.
Yeah, I fucking went and I just farmed the shit out of fucking Weedles and stuff like that.
Yeah, get you them levels, get you them money.
And so I'm going in with a fully maxed out fucking Pikachu when I was playing Yellow.
Yeah.
Like that's how I beat that game.
But I'm happy to see. Pantheon's new splash art is another thing.
Now, when they do these redesigns, are you forced to use them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't go back. But I mean, this one right here, that one made me go, holy shit! Like this is his original skin.
And this is like a ghost, ghost helmet almost is what it looked like.
Yeah, it has like this glow to it, and I love that. That looks. Oh my god, this is high resolution. Oh my god, please look at that. The artists know what they're doing. And
yeah,
he's all war torn, and the fucking spear. His spear is much more better built. I'm excited, and then they gave him new splash arts for all of his skins, which I'm always behind. Full Metal, Dragon Slayer, they kept alone because they actually stayed true to the Dragon Slayer. Baker, they changed his color scheme a little
I
bit.
like the Baker. It looks fun.
When he was doing a joke, my profession is, well, I've always wanted to be a baker. And so they gave him his Baker skin.
That's fun.
Baker, Pantheon, Chef Leona, Cook Olaf, and Sashimi Chef Kali. So they kind of kept that Ruthless, kind of gave it that Mad Max feel.
No, you know what that gives me? Like, it is Mad Max, especially with the helmet.
Yeah.
But because of the color scheme, it's totally Scorpion.
A little
Like
bit.
that face
hold on.
plate.
You want Scorpion? Yellow Jacket Shen.
You said Yellow Jacket, and my mind went to fucking Ant-Man.
Yeah, but when you look at the splash art, you're gonna be like, oh yeah,
That's totally fucking Scorpion.
That's Scorpion.
That's cool though.
yeah. They gave.
I like when there's nods to other things.
Oh yeah. Shen is another champion that could use a little bit more because they
Little
gave
tweak.
him. They gave him one back in 26. Oh yeah, right there, 2016. He can use another one right now because I feel like he's falling behind as far as either top laner or support because he's a really good taunt, but when it comes down to others that can taunt like Galio or Rammus, he's falling behind.
Yeah.
But that's enough of that. And then Perseus, which has the Mask of Medusa.
That's cool.
Glaive Warrior. Where is it? Slayer. They kept that one the same. They just did a little tweak to the shield. His spear for this one better be just a large pole arm with a chainsaw on the end.
That's what it looks like.
It's supposed to be that.
What is the person to his left? The lady.
That's Jinx. Slayer
She
Jinx.
totally looks like a Harley Quinn knockoff in this.
Kind of.
More, modern Harley Quinn than the old days, obviously.
Like she just
Fun
got
fact: the old days being the '90s.
Yeah, right. She just got a few skins. She just got Odyssey.
She looks fun too.
Yeah, Odyssey looks all right. Mafia, where she's shooting coins out.
Oh, that's cool.
And then here's her OG. Oh, it's blurry as fuck.
Yeah, it's not rendering well.
Oh, there
it
goes.
goes.
Her OG. Her OG makes a lot of people, go. Ooh. She got a Christmas skin too.
That's cool.
Slayer for Chinese New Year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they definitely got some fun stuff in these. That's a cool one for
that's
like
not,
Halloween
believe it or not,
or something.
that's my real one.
It's not a real one?
No, that's a concept.
I would totally freaking love that, like especially with the background. The background really sold me on it.
Yeah. Did she get another Halloween type skin? Oh, she just got I think she just got Project.
Like, if it wasn't for the fact I'm so intimidated by this game, I would possibly get into it because of the skins.
Concur. It gets intimidating at times, but it's actually not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you know your own skill cap and where you can sit, you'll be fine. Yeah, sure. There's every now and again you'll run into those who get a little toxic.
Is it cross-platform?
No, it's PC only.
That runs into the next issue.
That's the major issue. But yeah, they just did their project stuff. Pike gets a fucking amazing looking project skin.
Kind of looks like a Bane take. Because of the tube and stuff.
Sounds a little Bane-ish.
Now Bane-ish like good Bane or Bane-ish like Tom Hardy Bane?
A little of both, actually. The good parts of the Tom Hardy Bane.
Because this one right here, this is Jinx.
This is Project Jinx.
Okay, she really looks like a cross between the Batman Who Laughs and like a futuristic Batgirl. The helmet mostly.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Batman Who Laughs? He's the one with the where you can't see his eyes because he's got this spiked thing around his head.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, now I do.
That's kind of what that makes me think of.
And then Star Guardian. Oh, that's old concept, but she also got a Star Guardian skin. Let me back it up. Star Guardian. Star Guardians were basically their little take on Sailor Moon.
Magical power. Magical
Girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, it works well. They get new ones every now and again. Like one of the originals were Star Guardian Lux. She was the first, and then 4 more came after her: Poppy, Ari, Soraka, and
something
I think
else?
I think it was Jinx. I think Jinx was a part of the first set,
Okay.
and then the second set was Ezreal, Janna. Oh God. Even still, they're always they're reusing the same themes, just adding more to it, and I like that. I like that a lot because it's like, oh man, this project didn't have any skins that I like, even though I'm leaning more toward Pike, but I'm just using it as an example. That means that next year will be either another project or another program because those two are like their little inside futuristic companies, because project is like the ones that will have the understanding of how to use the technology, while program will try and break the technology. And I mean, they come up with some pretty good stories, even though they don't follow through with some of them.
I think they've got the problem that a lot of creative people run into, is that they just have so many ideas and they just want to release so many of them right now, and it's like, sometimes when you do that, you kind of forget that you're not finishing certain things.
Yeah. I didn't know LeBlanc had a program skin. She looks weird. I don't like that. The floating head is just weird to me.
It's like a hologram.
Yeah. I prefer the Nami, which is a fish girl.
That's interesting too.
Yeah.
All right.
But enough of League and my pandering on Pantheon and all that nonsense. I'm excited to see how he works, but at the same time, don't try and make him like all the rest. Time for your rant.
No, actually, I guess I can do this rant. So, Destiny 2 had its next two things that were supposed to come out, and that was Shadowkeep and New Light. They were supposed to be out September 17th. They've now been delayed to October 1st, which is a relatively big delay. That's about 2 weeks, roughly.
About 14 days, yeah.
Yeah. And so they're gonna do a few other things for us, and I say for us as if I still fucking play. They do have plans to do another Iron Banner right around September 17th.
That's Crucible, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Iron Banner Crucible, yeah. And they're also doing a few events in August, and I do believe a couple things at the beginning of October. I feel like some of this is to make up for the fact that they're pushing off Shadowkeep and I keep forgetting the other one.
Last Light?
Something like that, yeah. A New Light.
New Light.
Yeah. These being pushed, they kind of came out and just took the stance of, now that we're on our own, we're having to put more work into things, just bear with us. We love your support. And I'm like, that's fine and all, and it's true, but when Bungie decided to go out on their own and keep doing Destiny, like, you kind of you knew what you were getting into. Like, if this wasn't ready, why did you put a date on it? Don't put a date if it's not ready. That's the thing I'm going to keep sticking to for everything. And now it's coming out, like I said, it's coming out September 1st, which means it's that much closer to Gears 5, which is September 10th, and Borderlands 3, which is September 13th.
And Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which is October 4th.
Yeah. It's coming out not September 1st. It's coming out October 1st, which means it's past all that shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
So now it's coming behind Gears 5 and Borderlands 3.
And before Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which
it's gonna get murdered by Breakpoint. Like, there's no way. 3 days later, Breakpoint comes out. No.
And also, people might be knee deep in Borderlands 3 to the point where they're still playing it at that time.
And they're currently doing an event, I do believe, for Destiny that they are expanding by 2 weeks also. So everyone still has the chance to unlock a few more things. I don't know.
I don't know. I never played Destiny 2. I
checked
played
out
a little bit of it.
I finished vanilla game.
I didn't.
No DLCs.
But I did do a lot
Twice.
I did a lot of Destiny 1, and I did enjoy, like, the Trials of Osiris and
I enjoyed all the DLCs for Destiny 1.
Even Crucible, which was super interesting because even at base level, when you unlock the Crucible and you hop right in, you're not at too much of a disadvantage just as long as you have the guns that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I enjoyed Crucible. I played a little bit of it because a friend of mine wanted
Got
to.
in down.
I think we were actually playing during Iron Banner.
Got in down
for the first one. And it actually was real fun because this is a guy I used to play Call of Duty with before he checked out of Call of Duty. So it kind of felt nice to be back in that, online us against them thing. We did a lot of I don't remember what they call it in Destiny, but a lot of taking the zones. You have A, B, and C.
Domination.
Yeah, I know that's what it's called in Call of Duty. I just don't know if that's what it's called in
Destiny.
But so we did a lot of that, and it was fun. I never even played Crucible in 2. I have no idea what Crucible in 2 is anything at all.
I also did not play. I think I played maybe 1, but I didn't have any of the guns I was comfortable with, so I just kind of sat back.
I was so excited for Destiny 2 that I bought the $100 collector's edition, which, by the way, does not come with the season pass. It only comes with the first 2 expansions.
Which is weird.
Which were mostly weapons.
Yeah.
But that's what I have to say on this. The things I'd like to move to next actually kind of connect back to what I was talking about with League, and the fact that I was asking about tournaments and stuff. First of all, they just had the tournament win for Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
16-year-old, I think it was, won like $13 million. Congrats to him. Hopefully he's smart and put some of it away for like college or something. And the rest, hopefully he doesn't blow on stupid shit. Like that's all I can say. Like he was it was $3 million. Sorry, not 13. I don't know where.
Even still, that's a lot of fucking money.
Fuck yeah, that's a lot of fuck off money.
Fuck off money.
Yeah, he was 16 years old and it was $3 million. Yeah. So I mean, congrats to him. I wish I could have done something like that at 13.
Yeah. I watched
16.
him. I watched him go up against 3 other people, and I watched the last match, and holy shit, it was intense.
Yeah, and those other people still became millionaires too.
Oh wow.
Because of individual competitions and stuff like that. So like everyone kind of won in the end.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, fucking props.
Yeah, and season 10 starts August 1st. Oh wait, that's today. It starts
season 10
today.
dropped today. People are finding that season 10 is bringing a lot, from what I understand. I don't play anymore, so
yeah, I've also fallen out of it. I've tried to stay away from battle royales because they make me salty. But then again, I play League, so where's the logic?
And then my other news that I have is that is Fortnite connected is that Ninja announced originally through a tweet and then a little bit more in a video, but announced that he is leaving Twitch, moving over to Mixer, which is Microsoft-owned streaming service. Everyone that has an Xbox knows what it is because they auto-downloaded it and give it its own tab. They originally auto-downloaded it back when it was, what was it, Beam or something like that?
No, it's been Mixer.
No, it was originally like Beam, and then they bought it.
Let's find out.
Yeah, I think it was Beam. They auto-downloaded that, and then a year later they rebranded it as Mixer.
Formerly Beam?
Yep, formerly Beam.
Okay.
So Twitch told him good luck, be well, basically. They enjoyed our time together, and Mixer welcomed him in, saying they think this is going to be a great thing and be big for him. I mean, if he brings over his followers, I don't see how it can't be, but I don't know that his followers will go and watch other streamers on there.
Yeah,
I feel like they're going to go back to the streamers they already like on Twitch.
Yeah, I don't know. With Mixer, though, it adds a lot of availability to allow yourself to, just stream straight from your console on Xbox One.
You can do that on Twitch as well.
Oh,
you can stream from.
Then I'm curious on what Mixer offers.
I know. I may be wrong on some of the details, but I know that Mixer was really taking the idea of being more interactive with the streamers.
Okay.
I want to believe, because I haven't fucked around with it much, but I do believe there was a thing where you were able, because it's a Microsoft-owned game, they did this. Streamers were able to make it to where you could spawn things into their Minecraft games if you wanted to, if they wanted you to.
I know you could do that through Twitch.
Can you do it through Twitch?
There's an API that allows you to do it.
Okay. Well, I think it was things like that and stuff like that. But I mean, what does YouTube offer that Twitch doesn't offer when it comes to the live streams?
I guess we need to do research on that. But at the same time,
it's another streaming platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's streaming platforms in other countries we've never even fucking heard of.
You're right. Dailymotion still exists somewhere. Holy shit.
Well, that's not even a streaming platform, though.
I know, but I'm just saying that I'm just meaning as things.
That's where we go to watch TV shows we can't find.
You're right. You are correct.
But I don't know. I don't think this is gonna work the way Microsoft's thinking. I think his followers are gonna come watch him.
Just him.
But just him, because the streamers they like are still gonna be on Twitch, like the other streamers.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna go back to Twitch. I mean, a few of them will probably look around at Mixer and be like, "Oh, what else do you have?" But I think most are they're gonna mosey on out. So
we'll see.
let's go ahead and hit another one of yours.
Black.
That one works.
Okay. For those who don't know, I'm slowly getting invested into Star Wars, and Fallen Order is going to come up soon. And they say it's basically Sekiro with a lightsaber, and to me that brings a bit of promise. I rewatched the gameplay trailer that released not too long ago at E3, and I'm like, if this plays out a little more like Sekiro, I think Respawn's got a hit on their hands.
Now, what I'm worried about is people going, Sekiro's gonna be hard as hell. Like, I don't think that's what they're saying.
No, I think it just means like combat like Sekiro. Because don't get me wrong, Sekiro was hard, but only because the battles made it hard.
You gotta get good.
You gotta get good.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a point in the game where I saw a symbol above an enemy's head, and this is my first time running into it. I'm like, what does that mean? All of a sudden, I realize I can't block it. I'm now impaled on the floor, bleeding out. You learn, you improve, you adapt, you overcome. That's basically the FromSoft way, but I'm wondering how that is for Respawn. Because nothing from Respawn exactly has that point of opportunity aside from Apex Legends. Apex Legends, you're up against other people.
I'm hoping this is Respawn coming out of the ashes. You know what I mean?
Literally respawning?
Yeah, I hope this is them respawning, because with Apex Legends to the side, Respawn kind of started to drop a little bit.
Let's see what they've done in total.
Okay.
Titanfall 2.
Okay, I'll give them those. Yeah,
fine.
but you stop and think, Titanfall 2 was 3 years ago.
I mean, it still holds up.
Almost 4 years ago.
It still holds up.
I'm not saying it doesn't hold up. I'm saying, where have you been? And most likely we've been working on Fallen Order and Apex Legends, which is fine.
Yeah, and Apex Legends was pretty much a beta. They tested it. They tested the waters before they did Season 1. Yeah. And then when they were like, oh yeah, this works, that works.
Go ahead and pull up more of theirs. I want to see what else they've done.
I think that's it, my dude.
Is that it?
I think
that's it. There had to have been something else.
That's it.
Oh. Okay, I must have gotten them confused with someone else then.
Wow.
Then I take back what I say. They are hitting hard no matter what.
Yeah, they started strong with Titanfall 1 back in 2014.
So let me rephrase this.
Okay.
Hopefully this is EA rising out of the ashes.
Shit. I mean, yeah, they are parents of them, but...
Yeah. I'm sorry. All due respect. I'm really sorry I said that about Respawn then.
Yeah, Respawn, you've done some good work.
I had something else in mind. I don't even know what it was.
Apex is still going strong. They revamped the map a little bit, added a lot more outside hazards.
Yeah, from our understanding, dinosaurs.
The behemoths, yes. And even some of the flying things that if you happen to use one of their little jet things and fly into a flock of them, you literally get lost in them. So that way, in case anyone watches you go up, tries to get a beat on you, if you fly into the bird-like creatures, they can't get a good, they're like, wait.
That's cool and all.
It's like, it's good for escapism.
This kind of brings us back to what we were talking about with the movies, is their audience. Apex Legends is doing great for their audience. It's just I'm not that audience.
Yeah, I mean, I was their audience. I fucking loved Bloodhound, yo.
Same thing with Fortnite. I'm not that audience. I'm more interested in the Fortnite game than I am the Fortnite online stuff, and I don't even play the Fortnite game.
Yeah.
It's just that interests me a hell of a lot more.
That's also getting some minor updates with Season 10, which I'm glad that they're still working on it. It's just not fast enough for my taste.
That's because it's not their moneymaker. They're talking about their moneymaker. They care about their moneymaker. However, did you hear that one of the head of Epic's Games came out and tried to say that they don't make money from Fortnite?
I'm sorry.
What he was trying to explain?
You're saying this as a joke, right?
No,
was it all satire?
So this was
Who put you up to this?
No, because what it was is he was talking the concept of like video game addiction and stuff like that was brought up. He was basically trying to say that they don't make money from the people buying the game. Like the money they're making is from the add-ons. He also further went on to say that they don't know how long people play their games, that they don't keep track of those statistics, and I call bullshit.
Yeah, I also call bullshit.
So,
I mean, let's face it, you have a record of every dollar that's been spent on your thing, and you say you can't track it?
They didn't say they can't, they said they didn't. I still don't believe them.
You got that, why the fuck you lying?
Yeah.
No.
So.
I just pulled up an interesting article, and I might as well segue it to my next subject, which is a whole bunch of D&D stuff.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be you being a bitch. I'm sorry.
A little column A, a little column B. Let it lie. So Pathfinder now has 2nd edition coming out soon.
I like the concept of Pathfinder. I've listened to some Pathfinder actual plays.
It seems like it has a little too much taking one thing and trying to convert it to another.
I wouldn't even say that. I feel like Pathfinder and Hearthstone could really get along, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like they both have that same feel, and so like that's kind of why you don't look at World of Warcraft and go, that's the same as Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's a different take on things. I feel like Pathfinder isn't D&D in the way that Warcraft isn't Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
It's got that weird magic science going on. You know, it gets, I don't want to say it gets steampunky, but you can definitely see someone there's a steampunk fan.
Yeah. There's a few like steam powered objects, and one of the other things that made me go Pathfinder might actually be fun is that there are things that take up 1 action, 2 actions, or 3 full actions to do. And something that takes up 3 actions out of a whole entire initiative, that's a lot of time technically as far as D&D is concerned. That's 6, 12, 18 seconds of time. And it makes me wonder what this whole thing actually means as far as I'm excited to read it. I just don't know if I'll ever utilize it in any play games. But interesting that Paizo's still pushing the idea.
Well, I just like Paizo in general. I mean, this is a company that originally was around because they were writing magazines and they were doing stories for D&D, and then D&D decided, you know what? Why don't we just pay our guys to do the stories? You guys can cap off your stories. That's one of the things I'll definitely say at Wizards of the Coast is that they let Paizo finish the open stories they had.
Yeah, and I mean,
and then they ended it, and Paizo went, why don't we do our own thing?
Speaking of which, Humble Bundle had a Paizo whole scripter thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Where you could buy a Paizo like thing for $1, $5, and $10,
mm-hmm.
and it was just stories. It was campaigns,
and
they tell you what level to start it off at, and where you were starting off, and how the general feel of the area is. And I'm just like, that's.
I'd
so
love to get
nice.
some of Paizo's old magazines. That'd be cool to have. Like I'm talking like the actual.
I know.
You know,
physicals.
But the other thing about Paizo is they had then introduced StarCraft. No, not StarCraft. Pathfinder. Starfinder. Thank you. Star was in my mind. I don't know why craft connected to it.
It went, and you were just like, I'll go with that.
And now, because I said the wrong thing, I'm just thinking of that scream from from StarCraft, because that's how I feel now. The one from the Academy.
Oh,
the like blood curdling fucking one. You know what? Okay, you're reminding me of something. He's trying to log into his Humble Bundle so he can pull this up for you guys. I have troubles getting into my Humble Bundle constantly. I don't know why, but it never seems to be the password I'm thinking it is. I don't know what the fuck the issue is. You do Humble Bundle monthly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I more keep an eye out for things I really want. Like I bought a bunch of graphic audiobooks.
There was one that was strictly The Boys,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, I'll think about it if I got extra cash. I let it pass me by. Oopsie doodles.
I have volume 1 if you want to borrow it.
I will definitely want to take a peek through it. I need to sign in so I can see.
That reminds me, a little off subject, but
okay.
Co-creator of the Boys series, not the comic, Kripke, guy that created Supernatural, says that there's one thing that Amazon told them no when they filmed it. He says, we got away with everything. We did everything we wanted from the comic. We did all the dark shit, yada, yada, yada. We did everything, right?
Yeah.
There's one thing that we filmed. The actor did amazing, but they said that's too much and told us no. And it's spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen The Boys yet. I mean, this part's not in there, but it's in reaction to episode 2. One of the characters, Homefront, goes up and he's standing on the Eagle statue at the Chrysler Building, and starts mumbling about how he can do whatever he wants and jerks off until he completes over New York City. And Amazon went, no, cut that out.
I wonder why.
Damn, dude, how much fucking Humble Bundle shit do you have?
This is just from the $1 that I spent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is all the books.
Now, question.
These are all for the 5e.
When they do the, $1 to get these ones,
Yeah.
$5 to get these ones,
Yeah.
yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
How often do you go, okay, say it's $6 for everything.
Yeah, okay.
How often do you go, fuck it, make it an even 10? Because that's what I did on the graphic audio one. It was a little more than $10.
Every now and again, I do bubble up a little bit more.
I was like, you know what? I had the money at the time. I could have gotten them all a lot cheaper, but I rounded up to the next big number and just said,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, there you guys go. It's for charity.
Charity / helping the upkeep of these servers, because that's also very costly.
Plus, Humble Bundle's making games now, which is cool.
Yeah, they're not making games; they're publishing them.
Okay, yeah, good point. Publishing.
And
it's kind of like how not all Netflix originals are actually made by Netflix.
I don't know if I talked about this, but there was one Humble Bundle original game that I played not too long ago.
It's very possible you did, because I know we touched on some Humble Bundle games.
It's very wholesome, and you write letters.
Oh, no, you didn't touch on this.
Okay. You write letters to
people. Wait, no,
no,
yeah, you did. This is the water one, right?
Water?
Okay, never mind.
It's not. Oh, no, okay. I know what you're talking about. No, not the water one. This one is you're basically in a small room, and you write out a problem, or what's going on in your life that's negative, and you cast it out.
Okay.
And you receive replies over time. It's connected to the internet, and people will reply.
Half of them are drawings of dick butt.
I wish, but no, it's a really wholesome game. You listen to lo-fi while you just either wait for replies or otherwise, and you can close out, come back in later on, and you receive replies.
Okay, you saying the lo-fi thing made me think, and I know it's different, but it triggered this in my mind. I've been kind of trying to find some new Twitch streams to listen to during the day, because a lot of the streamers I like are doing things when I'm not on Twitch, so I'm trying to find some people around the time that I would be on Twitch. What is with all the damn Twitch streamers just wanting to listen to fucking dubstep?
I don't know, man.
Like,
you want someone who's listening to the 80s rock.
They don't even have to be listening to music, because like I'm doing it while I'm at work, so I'm not even really watching what they're playing. I'm more listening to them talk about the games and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like I found one guy that was playing Don't Starve, and he didn't have any music going at all. He was just talking about Don't Starve, and that was cool.
Yeah.
He was talking about recipes. He was talking about how he deals with certain monsters and stuff like that. And that's what I'm listening for. But there are some that are just like, oh, you guys don't like this dubstep? Yeah, you're going to love this next track that I have on this playlist, because this one is great. And I'm like, it's dubstep. I don't want to tell anyone their music sucks, but your music sucks.
But the game I'm talking about is called Kind Words. And if you're a Humble Bundle monthly subscriber, it's $12 a month. It's worth it. I'm
also not
sponsored,
but just fans.
I will. You know what? For this one, I'll throw my referral link. I get a little bit of I will admit, I get a little bit of a kickback, but it's only $2.
You greedy bitch.
I mean, yes, I get $4 per thing, and I mean they're gonna have a sale pop up soon. Might as well try and promote with promotion. Leave me alone. But even still, Kind Words is a nice little.
I wish
wholesome game.
I wish I had known they had a referral code, because I would have used yours when I went and signed up for my Humble Bundle.
It's only for the monthly.
Oh, it's only for the monthly?
Mm-hmm.
If I already have a Humble Bundle account, will I still be able to use the referral code?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so if I ever do monthly.
Yeah. But on an open and closed hand, you get stickers from people sending you stickers when they give you replies.
That's cool.
And it's just a really wholesome game. Even
it's
though
just kind of helping the world be a little happier.
Yeah, because it's a stressful world, and you just need a small break. That's what this game kind of is. It's 20 minutes out of your day just to read a few replies that people sent. My thing that I sent out to people was, I miss the 90s. I miss how we used to have those carefree Sunday or Saturdays and just watch cartoons and just enjoy. And
if you ever want to come over and watch cartoons, you just have to say you want to come over and watch cartoons. I fucking bought cartoons when we were at the store today.
Yeah, you are correct. But last month had a lot of pretty good games. One that I don't think I'll play, but it is there and it's very pretty, is another Warhammer 40k game called Mechanicus. and it is super bloody and dark, and
Interesting.
it's a nice little turn-based game, but not my cup of tea. And then Road Redemption and Moonlighter. I've been playing Moonlighter, not as a recent.
I feel like that art style is really starting to take off.
The pixelated jump.
Go back down to Moonlighter. Let me look at that again. Right there. I'm seeing a lot more of this. Maybe not necessarily because I'm assuming the game doesn't look like this.
No, it looks like, oh god,
but it's not that big a deal.
No.
It looks more like the logo, right?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's very pixelated.
Okay.
But
But the artwork they used for the diagram, I'm seeing that a lot more.
yeah,
Or not diagram, but advertisement.
yeah, okay.
Both just in advertising and actually in games.
Right here,
Oh, okay.
it's got a Zelda-esque feel to it.
A little bit, yeah, I can see that. We really got off subject. What were we talking about that led us to Humble Bundle?
Paizo.
Which
D&D.
wasn't even on the original list.
No, it went from D&D to what was on that.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
gotcha.
And I still have more things to talk about D&D.
Yeah,
so.
go ahead.
I played Neverwinter on the both computer and on the console.
Downloaded it.
I know. I'll be more than
I
willing.
booted it up the other night and went, okay, so this is what the game looks like, and I shut it off.
You were happy with
That was
that.
about it.
As for the Xbox variant, I made it up to level 10-ish, 10, 11. And for the PC, I am at 18. And I'm playing with someone else, Socks. And we're going through it, and we're having a good
To clarify, there was punctuation in there. He's not playing with someone else's socks.
No. Her nickname, her gamer tag name is Socks. So.
It's just the way you said that. It totally sounded like you were playing with someone else's socks.
Yes.
I bought new socks. Leave them alone.
Yes. But we're having a pretty good time. Each of the racial traits actually match the class that you're playing.
Okay.
Or the race you're playing. The class you're playing actually has, if you're using radiant damage against fiends, that sort of thing. I'm like, okay, cool. They know what they're doing.
They play by their own rules.
Yeah.
Good.
And I'm like, good. It's great. It feels good. The hit detection's nice. It's not where you're swinging in a direction and you're hitting the guy behind you 40 feet back. No. This one, you're actually making some hits. Good stuff. That's all I care about in MMOs because they laze about when you're doing stuff like that. I'm sorry. Am I boring you?
No, I had a big stretch. It was just amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Like, I got something to pop in my back and everything. It was great.
Okay. But other than that, good stuff from that. And then on the same subject of D&D, Phil Lamar and a few other voice actors popped in to do a Critical Role one-shot on Call of Cthulhu.
You showed me the image, and then you showed me a little bit of them playing. And I love how much, because this is done by Critical Role, you said,
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes.
I love how much they care about the props and the decorating around them and all that shit for Critical Role.
Oh, yeah. And each of them had their own, like, hidden identity type thing. And then, of course, when you lose sanity, you gain an affliction.
Mm-hmm.
And they played their afflictions really well. Phil Lamar, goddamn, I love you. Goddamn, I love you. A whole heap.
Shot Marvin in the face.
Huh?
I can't believe I shot Marvin in the face.
Oh, God.
It looked like they had fun.
And Taliesin does a pretty good dungeon mastery. I'm sure he's like, just roll whatever. And it's like, what do we roll? just pick one. I'm sure, just as long as it makes sense. I was like, oh, come on, Taliesin.
You're all going insane. It does not matter
Yeah.
anymore.
And when it got serious, he was like, roll sanity. There was no choosing. Roll sanity. I would like to run Call of Cthulhu somewhere down the line.
I think the issue I've had with Call of Cthulhu, because I've listened to a couple actual plays, is that people in your party just start to fucking drop out quick sometimes.
Like death or
death or like whatever the situation ends up being. Like mostly death. But sometimes I'm going insane and it's just kind of being left behind or something like that. And after a while it starts being like, okay, half my friends can't even come and play tonight because they're not in the game anymore.
Yeah, that would be a problem. But they managed to fill in a pretty good scenario in a matter of 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
A little under 4 hours. So, I mean, props to the Critical Role crew.
I don't want to give you spoilers, but I'm just gonna tell you anyways.
Okay.
The first season of the Call of Cthulhu Mystery Program, because you listened to the current season, right?
No, I listened to the first season.
Did it start with the auction at the auction house?
Yeah.
That's the second season.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Yeah.
The first season, when it's all said and done, there's only 2 players there.
Oh, yeah. This one, the last one then was super good because no one died.
Yeah. But one guy immediately made his character just fucking crazy. Like, he fucking bitch slapped someone in the first, 10, 20 minutes. So, the first season's a very different season. But, no, this looked like fun. It looked like they had fun. I like Lovecraft's mythos. I'm still going through the Necronomicon. I just finished, I don't remember the name of it, but it's the one where the guy's playing the music upstairs. He's a mute. And his neighbor hears and likes to come listen to him play, but he tried whistling it at one point and the fucking guy freaked out. He's like, you can't whistle the music. But he basically is battling some other kind of music that's outside. They never really explain past that. You probably better off saying Lovecraft, not Cthulhu.
You're right.
But yeah, there you go.
Music of Arizona.
It's good. It's a short one. It also reminds you though of how old these are. This was written in 1921. The guy's a mute, so he refers to him as being dumb.
Yeah.
And it's a very different time that this was written. But just the fact that he took things as simple as a guy playing violin as a scary situation. So he's battling something by playing his music nightly and has to.
Oh yes, I still recommend to this day Shadow over Innsmouth, even though it's a really tough read because it's got its problems with structure at times. Mm-hmm. But once again, 1920s, it's the way it was kind of written.
Well,
and they didn't change much to today.
Okay, let's rephrase that. I wouldn't say it's because 1920s the way things were written. Because remember, you've got things that are older than Lovecraft, like Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is the way Lovecraft wrote.
I was gonna say the issue is Lovecraft was an amazing writer in the ideas that he had, but he was a shit writer in his structure and description sometimes.
Because
there's definitely moments where he really liked using. He was a big user of too wide, too big.
Yeah.
Too, and it's like, can we have a little bit more than that in descripting?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I still like the works. I have the complete Necronomicon on audio. So.
Yeah. And for those who are following Critical Role, this Friday they're doing a live show. Oh wait, tomorrow they're doing a live show
of Call of Cthulhu again or Critical Role?
Of Critical Role. They are skipping today.
Why?
To do tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering why they're switching it from Thursday to Friday.
Mm-hmm. I'm just letting other people know just in case they missed their Twitter post. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's to do this live show. I don't know why she swallowed
the fly.
I don't know. It's in Indianapolis, which is an interesting place to be to do a live show. But I'm excited because a lot of non-spoilers, a lot of character development happened over the last 3 episodes.
Gotcha.
So I'm super keen on what's going to happen. I hope that a lot of good starts happening in this campaign because there's one major thing that needs to happen that hasn't happened that I'm hoping happens. I can't not try and spoil here. This is hard. I'm excited. All right. What do you want to move on to?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, me and Quincy aren't too big of fans of the idea of microtransactions.
I fucking hate microtransactions.
Yes. Wolfenstein Youngblood has some.
Kind of.
We're at a bit of a mix because it's not an online game unless you're playing with your friend, but this one just is a pack to just help boost you through the game.
Yeah, it's not making you stronger against another player.
Yeah.
It's making you stronger against
Nazis.
NPC.
Nazis.
Yeah, like it's like playing WoW with a friend and you go and buy something, you know. Except that in this case, it's not all, oh, look at this pretty blue orb I have or something like that. It's, oh, hey, I got more armor or more ammo or something like that. So it's like, okay, I mean, if you're into it and you want to buy it, then go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know.
My issue with microtransactions has always been buying stuff to make me better than the other player.
Yeah, I
and
don't
there
know.
is no other player in this stance.
Oh well, I mean it's co-op.
Yeah,
Has that.
but that's fine.
I mean you mean opponent.
Yeah, another opponent. Because if I'm buying stuff to make me better on our team, you're still getting the benefits of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not getting the actual items, but I am not dragging you down.
But you also have to kind of think: did New Blood and the Old Blood did they have?
Did they have an online?
No, did they have a microtransaction?
But did they have an online?
No, neither.
So then there was no microtransaction to have.
So then
You can only do microtransactions with an online thing.
Then why is it needed here? Why?
Because they did an online. Why did they need an online? Would be the bigger question.
I mean, for the co-op, for the fact that
Okay, if we were playing Nazi Zombies on Call of Duty and we could buy starting cash to have to be able to buy better guns right off the bat,
I would.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but I would not do that.
Well, I'm not saying you would, but I'm
Okay.
saying it's the same thought process.
I guess.
Versus buying a loot box to get a gun that's better for killing other opponents.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm gonna go out and buy all this shit. First of all, I don't even have the Wolfenstein game. Second of all, I
It's just
probably
weird.
wouldn't because I would rather us just charge through it and see what we do.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing really to be mad at it. They're not forcing you to buy it.
No, it's just I guess people are mad that it just exists. Because some I guess are just mad that they're trying to scalp a little bit more cash.
That's the thing, though. Like, so this isn't okay, but WoW selling robes and shit for your characters is fine. Like, where's the line?
I don't know.
I feel like the line is.
This is a shooter game. I don't know.
I feel like the line is loot boxes first of all,
Yeah.
and then second of all, be the fact that you can actually buy things to make you better than your opponents.
Yeah.
I think that's where the line is. I don't think we can be mad at me making cosmetics. We definitely can't be mad at, or me making my game with my friend a little bit more fun.
Okay.
So
That's fun and fair then.
I still wouldn't buy it.
Oh no, I wouldn't either. Like, let's just fucking.
I'd
fight
rather
it
just
out.
earn it.
Yeah,
Like-
just slam into the skull. If you can't pick up ammo off of corpses, that's where the real problem lies. Because it says ammo loot boost ×2, doubles the amount of ammo you pick up while active.
So you can pick ammo up off of corpses. This is just increasing how much you pick up.
Yeah, and I'm like, if it's that big of a problem to pick up ammo off the goddamn ground, that's an issue.
But then the other one is max armor boost,
That's fine.
and then max health boost.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
And then there's also like weapons that can be bought. But-
That part wasn't showcased, so I don't know.
Well, you can buy gold. Okay, let me rephrase that. You can buy gold that you can use to buy the weapons.
Yeah, okay.
But you can also earn the gold. So it's like either way.
Yeah.
But again, it's not. You're not buying the weapon to be better than an opponent. You're buying the weapon to be better than the NPC.
Better killing Nazis.
So I don't know.
Gotta kill Nazis. Just thought I'd bring that up for a brief tith of why.
Yeah.
Good
So-
debate. Good debate.
Real quick, I'll just hit some small ones here, and then we can move on to this thing. So, Lion King joins the $1 billion club for
Yay.
Disney. It did it in 19 days. I mean, I guess good on it, but it's just Lion King. Again.
Now, what was the term you used?
Okay,
with this?
so everyone's saying live action remake. My argument is Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Cinderella, Maleficent. Those are live action. Lion King is CG animation of a animated film.
Mhm.
So it is not live action. So what I say is it's not live action because it's animation. So I have decided from now on I will call it a HD re-rendering.
And that's a fair acclamation to call it.
Now you were saying people are saying it is beat for beat Lion King.
It is about 85% Lion King.
So it's literally just an HD re-rendering of the previous movie.
Yep.
I'm not gonna go pay full price for that.
Yeah, the only thing that's different is, of course, like the Timon and Pumbaa.
Like the voice actors are
skits.
different. And
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I mean, like the skits of them going in and being like, "Oh, that's a lion. Oh, that's a lion."
I saw a thing where they were asking on Twitter what of 2019's live actions. What do you think of 2019's live actions? What are the best? And it showed Lion King, Aladdin,
Dumbo,
Dumbo, and one other one.
Jungle Book.
No, that wasn't this year. That was
Oh,
a year or two
then
ago.
I don't fucking know.
Well, they showed one other one. There's been
There-
one more live action remake.
And,
And my comment was, I saw Aladdin. I didn't see the other one, and I don't have time. I said, you're not going to trick me into going and seeing those HD re-renders. I saw those on VHS tapes back in '93.
Yeah, and I mean that's a once again fair way of putting it, because where did we go wrong to want to watch Lion King?
I think what happened is we all said we want live action versions of this cartoon or this anime or something like that. And they went, well, okay. The live actions of animes are a thing, are kind of a thing. It's definitely a thing here badly, but it is a thing successfully in Japan in some cases.
Yeah, thanks Netflix.
But I have seen it online. People are like, I want a live action version of this. I want a live action version of that. Live action.
It's good to want.
I think that's the best way to look at it. Is it is good to want. Saying I want a live action version of a book or a live action version of a comic or a live action version of a video game is fine, but and even in some cases with cartoons and stuff like that, like look at the live action Speed Racer. We both like that.
Yeah.
But they're doing live actions of things that I don't think people are always asking for. There are definitely people out there that are like, oh, I want the live action Mulan. But I think there's more people out there that don't want it.
Yeah.
I saw a post on Facebook today that was talking about we all forgot about this movie. What are more forgotten about great movies? And they were talking about Oliver and Company and how we all forgot about Oliver and Company and how amazing Oliver and Company is.
It's okay.
I actually love Oliver and Company, and it's Billy Joel doing the music.
Yeah.
And the main character. Well, not Oliver, but the dog. But my comment was, stop. Don't remember this movie. Don't let them know we like it, because if you do, they're gonna want to do a fucking live action.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be not a problem, but not a great idea.
How much longer before we get a live action remake of Great Mouse Detective? How much longer before we get like a live action remake of The Rescuers?
Real talk, I kind of want Great Mouse Detective.
You know what I would want instead of a live action Great Mouse Detective is a crossover between Great Mouse Detective and The Rescuers. Not Chippendale's Rescue Rangers.
No.
But the Rescuers.
Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about.
I think that would be a cool story, and I'd like to see that. I don't want to see the same thing again.
Simon and Bianca.
I think so, yeah.
I have no idea where it's.
I think you're right.
It just popped in my head.
The sequel was crap.
Sequel, Down Under?
Yeah, The Rescuers Down Under. I did not like the sequel. The first one was better. Simon and Bianca did not work.
That did not work.
I think you might be better off typing in The Rescuers and just seeing what their character names were.
Bernard
and Bianca. Okay, so Simon was the off point there.
Yeah.
But, it's like we're getting a live action Little Mermaid. Guess what? I'm not worried about Ursula winning. Like, I know she's going to lose. Just like when watching Aladdin, I never thought Jafar was going to win. I knew he was going to lose. Like,
it's the Disney villain treatment.
Well, not even that. It's that it's the same goddamn movie. I enjoyed Aladdin. I didn't mind that I went and saw it, but I do kind of wish that I hadn't spent money to go see something I'd already seen. He is completely lost in watching an iguana try to eat an egg in Rescuers Down Under.
One of the better scenes.
Why did I bring this up? We were talking about the $1 billion.
$1 billion?
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
I mean, good on it for making money, I guess. It means people's jobs went well and stuff like that. But I mean, when you're remaking a success exactly the way it was before, how surprised are you?
Very, very surprised, because as we mentioned, it's the same movie.
But for some reason, people are going and seeing them. That's the thing. If they have a true flop, that's when they might stop. And I'm thinking that might be Mulan.
I think that might be Mulan.
If the rumors that Mushu and the music and the singing aren't in it, I think it's gonna be more.
I don't think anyone's gonna like it.
A couple other small things. Outer Worlds is confirmed to be coming out for the Switch.
I already said that.
Outer Worlds? You said that?
Yes. I had the oh didn't yeah I did I had it up.
No, you didn't. You pulled it up before, but we didn't talk about it on here.
Oh shit!
Because you pulled it up.
My bad.
No, you pulled it up. We watched the announcement trailer that had no footage of what it looks like on the Switch, and just had a guy talking about it, and we closed it.
That's right. Okay, I thought I left it up. My bad. My bad.
James Wan is going to be directing the pilot for Amazon's new series. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's wait for the pilot, I guess. I don't know.
James Wan's an amazing director.
But are you excited for this?
No. I mean, I Know What You Did Last Summer was okay. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer was pointless, and I don't know. I don't go back and rewatch those ones. There's so many horror movies that I go back and rewatch. Those are not ones I go back and rewatch. And it has nothing to do with anyone in it, because it was Jennifer Love Hewitt, who I don't mind, and was it Freddie Prinze Jr.?
It was Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah. So again, someone I'd like, but it just feels unneeded. Also, in the realm of James Wan, he is also working on a secret horror project that he is going to work on and release before going on to direct Aquaman 2. So he's got a lot on his plate right now.
Sure.
The other one was, Sarah Michelle Gellar was in that. And Ryan Philippe, who I remember the name. I don't remember the face. What is Ryan Philippe in? Shooter, the TV show I didn't see. Cruel Intentions, I barely remember. And Secrets and Lies, no. It was probably Cruel Intentions was probably the thing I remember his name from, because out of his list, that's the only thing I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, McGruber.
I didn't watch it. It just wasn't.
Yeah, no.
Other small things here.
Sure.
They have confirmed there is going to be a John Wick TV series. It's going to be called The Continental, so most likely it'll be about the hotel. It'll be on Starz, so they don't have to dial back any of the action or the violence. But they're letting us know now it's set as a prequel in the John Wick universe, but it is not about John Wick.
Okay.
So
that's
while
fine.
Keanu, they are planning on having him show up in episodes, they cannot confirm his amount of screen time because this is not his show.
It's about those who cross the path of the continent.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I
So-
can't be too mad about that.
No, I'm fine with it. Super Mario Maker 2 sold 2.42 million copies in 3 days.
That's a pretty big number.
Yeah, that was Nintendo just deciding to brag a little bit, I think, because they released it.
They kind of get to, because they released 3 really big games this month.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is one that I just don't see myself as a fan of, but I can see a lot of people being a fan of it, and that is Fire Emblem.
Oh, Lauren's a Fire Emblem fan.
Yeah, 3 Kingdoms.
Something like that.
Yeah, it just released not too long ago, and it's big, and it talks a lot about mental health. And I'm like, okay, if there's a video game that can have people talk about mental health and stability,
What do you think
That's
isn't being
interesting.
talked about now that like 20 years from now will start getting talked about in movies and video games and stuff? Like, we're starting to talk about mental health more. We're starting to talk about addiction problems more. We're talking about gay people more and things like that.
what do we think 20? That's actually a really tough question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because, like, 20
Her-
years ago, they were not talking about mental health and things.
no.
20 years ago, they were not talking about gay relationships and things.
No, they were saying cocaine will fix it.
Pretty much. I mean, the 80s, cocaine was the magical cure.
Yeah. I guess it would probably be, I don't know. I have no clue, because you got to figure we're hitting all this now.
Yeah.
By the time the next quote unquote.
And this is a good thing. Let me clarify.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not mad that this is happening at all.
Because
Talk about this shit. It needs to be talked about.
it needs to be talked about, and what a better way to do it than a medium where your eyes are focused on it. You
Mhm.
have to focus on it. So, yeah, I just don't know what else they could talk about later on.
Yeah. It'll be
Huh.
interesting to see where we're at 20 years from now.
Be kind, love each other, don't blow up cars.
A man found an unopened copy of Kid Icarus in his attic, still sealed from 1987. It went for $10,000 on an online auction. Do you think the person opened it?
No.
I watched Comic Book Men, the show that was set in Kevin Smith's comic book shop that he owns in Red Bank, New Jersey, and he isn't exactly a huge part of it. It's more about the workers. They bought an unopened box of the Batman cereal from Tim Burton Batman movie from 1989. They opened it and ate a bowl. Yeah, it was basically Captain Crunch, but really stale.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't believe they didn't spend a lot on it, but like they spent money on it and then opened it. I was like, okay. I mean, cereal boxes are worth money, but the money they paid was because it was unopened. So
yeah.
Marvel's Runaways season 3 on Hulu. They did a little video showing the Runaways sitting on steps, talking about the show and how big things are coming in the season, how they might need a little more help. And then the camera panned out, and there was the actors that play Cloak and Dagger sitting on the steps. They're doing a crossover with ABC's Cloak and Dagger. Or sorry, Freeform's Cloak and Dagger, which is officially putting mutants in the MCU then.
And so we have our leeway into
Eventually. Hopefully X-Men and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of mutant Avengers, and
there's a lot of mutants just in general.
Yeah.
You know, and you get the difference between mutants and mutates in the MCU. Mutants being people that happens through genetics naturally, and mutates being experiments, things like that. Deadpool, it's in his genetics, so in a sense, like he's a mutant.
But he gets awoken through an experiment.
Yeah, he's kind of a weird one. The best thing would be Wolverine is a mutant. Sabretooth is a mutant.
Okay.
Spider-Man is a mutate because he was bitten by the spider, and that's how he got his powers.
Okay.
Wolverine's claws in bone form, that's the mutant. And adamantium form, it's not exactly a mutate because it didn't change his genetic makeup, but because they did change him physically, it's kind of a mutate thing. That one's kind of a weird gray spot.
Okay.
But yeah, so people who get it through natural course of
the entire Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four are mutates,
okay.
not mutants.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you got people like Moon Knight who are just crazy and have gadgets.
And somehow
well, not even gadgets.
He's technically a warlock. Pray to Set and the moon will grace you.
Kind of. A little bit. I mean,
also, is that really there?
Yeah, that too.
I will kill you, Bastet. I will kill you.
So that's a good big step in for that. That was a good way of doing it because it's also really expanding these younger actors' careers.
Yeah,
and I like to see that.
I haven't seen the Runaways yet, but I'll take a peek.
It's got an actor I really like in it.
Boys.
It's got now I'm spacing on his name.
Runaways?
He plays Spike in Buffy. That'll be the easiest way to find him. James Marsters. I knew it would come to me. Okay. It's got James Marsters in it. He's an amazing actor. He played Spike in Buffy. He does all the audiobooks for Dresden Files. They wanted him to play Harry Dresden in the TV show, and the only reason he said no is because it would have required him to move to Canada. He didn't want to. Otherwise, he would have been great for Harry Dresden. He voices Harry in the audiobooks, and that's the voice of Harry Dresden in my mind. Okay. He also does Bob the Skull in an amazing way. So, and then I've got a couple things about some streaming services. I don't know if you wanted to hit something else first, or if you wanted to delve into that.
I'm down for your streaming service.
So they have confirmed that you will be able to get Disney Plus as an add-on or plug-in or whatever you want to call it on Hulu. Kind of the same way where if you don't have Stars, you can buy the Star subscription on Hulu and then have it all in one app. I was making a joke about him the other day, and I don't remember what the fuck it was.
Stars.
They pissed me off. That's what it was. Stars pissed me off, and I was like, I need fucking Nemesis. Oh, their app wasn't working. That's what it was. The Stars app on my fucking Xbox is like the glitchiest fucking thing. And I was like, where the fuck is Nemesis when I need him? Like, let him come in here and fuck some shit up. So basically it would work that you pay for the Disney subscription in addition to your Hulu subscription, and you get it on one app rather than having to download the Disney Plus app on all your platforms. If you want a separate app, you can still do that, or if you don't have Hulu, you can still do that. Most likely, it'll come at a discounted price, but they have not confirmed that. We don't know what the price tag is. But with a price tag as low as they already have on the regular, I don't see it being much cheaper. Maybe $1 or $2 cheaper. But I mean, it's already only supposed to be like $6. The other two things I have is HBO Max is coming in 2020. This will be kind of a combination of HBO and Cinemax from Warner Brothers, but not in the sense that it is a place where you'll be able to watch both HBO and Cinemax. The concept is that this is where they are going to put some of their HBO and Cinemax stuff, but they're also going to be putting a bunch of Warner Media stuff. This is where Friends is going when it comes off of Netflix. This is where they're taking other just Warner Brothers movies, TV shows, things like that. They're putting them there. But recently they just signed a deal that in 2020, when it launches, they will have the 11 seasons of the return of Doctor Who, as well as a deal that when the new seasons hit BBC America, they will then hit HBO Max afterwards. So Amazon Prime is going to lose Doctor Who most likely.
Yipes.
My issue is having HBO. I have HBO, Cinemax, Stars, all those things, but I have HBO and Cinemax, which are connected, the same company, sister company type of things. I don't get HBO Max when it comes out. I have to buy that. I have to pay for that separate. People that pay for HBO Now, which is basically HBO without cable, also would have to buy HBO Max separate. So this is just another goddamn streaming service, and it's getting too much. I'm probably just going to say, fuck it, buy the Friends DVDs, which will cost me more than HBO Max, yes, but then I don't have to worry about them deciding, X amount of years down the line, Max has enough viewers, we want to launch another streaming service, we're moving Friends over there now, or something,
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting tired of the
We're
dangling the things I want in front of me and going, oh, come over here and give me money over here for it,
That I concur with that as well. It's a pain to always have all these streaming services, and then they're like, we're canceling this because it's moving over to this, or we're just not going to show it anymore, so good luck finding it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like we were talking today about some video games that are kind of like that. You can't get the first two Marvel
Ultimate
Alliance games, and you can't get the Deadpool game digitally anymore.
Yeah.
They're not backwards compatible either. If you already own them digitally, they're yours. Otherwise, you have to have a physical copy. You can't play them any other way now.
Which sucks.
And then my last thing is Picard is coming. It's the new Star Trek show where they brought back Picard from Next Generation. It's set in the future after Next Generation's movie, all that. So they did announce that they are doing a 3 comic book run that will be with IDW. And then they are also doing a book run with Simon & Schuster Gallery Books. These are going to be prequels to explain the gap between Next Generation and Picard. But the problem is Picard will be on CBS All Access, which despite me paying for CBS, I don't get All Access. So again, another streaming service, which is why I have not watched the return of Twilight Zone, because that's CBS All Access only as well. But for the Star Trek fans, they are filling those holes for you. This will be canon, so you might want to go read those. We can move on to one of these now.
Okie dokie. So, Quincy usually likes talking about it, but I want to talk about it this time around. Xbox Game Pass for August. The first half just dropped. And one of the games got me going, but we're American though. And one of them is cricket.
Well, Xbox is in other countries.
I get it, but isn't every country different as far as what's released?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think
because I know Netflix does it.
Yeah, it's a whole licensing thing,
I guess.
Considering how few titles they do per month, they probably can make it work a little bit better. It's probably easier for them to get the licenses. But the main thing with Netflix is just because you have the license for Cobra, the Schwarzenegger movie, in America, doesn't mean you have the license for Cobra in Japan. Or in England. It's all separate licensing. One of the main reasons being the voice acting. I know that. I think with game developments though, a lot of them, I think that developer owns the game everywhere. So when you make a deal with them for their game, it's yours.
Okay. I mean, it was just interesting to mention.
But yeah, so cricket is a little weird for America, but
Ash's Cricket is one of them.
I might play it just because I'm curious. I don't know anything about cricket.
Smash it with a wicket.
I don't know if that's a joke. Like,
Nope, it is actual.
Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about cricket.
Pandemic, which is a very old strategy game where you send out a disease and it breaks away.
Oh, is that like Plague Inc?
Kind of.
Oh, I love Plague Inc. I might actually play that.
I think it's before it.
Okay.
Like as far as
I have Plague Inc on my phone.
Oh, and then Downwell, which is for PC only.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that they're doing PC versions of. Oh, we lost internet connection.
It's fine. Keep going.
We're still recording, right?
Yep, we're still recording.
Okay.
That doesn't break.
Just making sure.
But while it's, I guess, trying to recover, we'll worry about that in a minute.
Go ahead and talk to me about what Downwell is.
Well, I was gonna bring up the pressure points for it, but Downfall is just a real time strategy that involves actual like caring for people, and then it's like, oh wait, never mind, and then it changes over to this mobile looking game, and then you're falling, and that's all you're doing is falling. Like it started off as like a 8-bit retro strategy time essence, and then it changes to a person falling
And that's shooting shit.
Well, yeah, trying not to fall as fast as you can, because you can hurt yourself by falling that far and hurting yourself, but your main goal is going down. But it was just it starts off weird, but then downfall, go down,
Interesting.
Downfall, downfall.
Back to what I was saying before. I remember what I was going to say before we started talking about Downwell. Was that I didn't know if you knew that the Game Pass does cover PC games as well.
It does, but just the fact that this doesn't go on Xbox.
They probably never made an Xbox port.
Maybe. But that's on August 1st. On August 8th, we get something very interesting that I'm hoping has what I think it does. It is the Jackbox Party Pack 2.
Pull it up. Let's see if it has what you're going to say.
What?
I don't know. What are you going to say? I'm asking.
You can plug your phone in. You can basically... it basically attaches to a app.
Okay.
And with the app, everyone who's sitting on the couch that has that phone.
Oh, I'm sure it does then, if that's the point of this. I don't see why they would release it without that.
Yeah,
and they've been big in, making games connect to mobile phones and certain things.
And let's see here.
So it's like a bunch of board games you can play on the TV but on the phones at the same time?
Yeah, it's got a whole lot.
That's kind of cool.
It's got different types of one. Quiplash is probably the more popular.
Okay.
The one that's probably going after that is probably Bombcore. All of these have physical adaptations, by the way.
I'm sure Lauren would be really excited about this.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just worried because it says players 3 to 8. You can't exactly have 8 players on a console.
Well, no, I'm sure the phone connects. Like that's the concept of this.
I don't know.
Click on the Xbox version. To your right. There you go.
Okay, I do this. I don't know what the fuck just happened there.
You came down too far and we're just hovering over Audacity.
Oh. So I was.
Yeah, Audacity.
Audience
English.
up to 10,000.
Okay, the sequel to the party game phenomenon.
Phones or tablets.
Yeah, your phones or tablets are your controllers. No big mess. Yeah, so you
Okay.
probably have to be on the same Wi-Fi.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. That's actually really cool. And I mean, it's a $25 game that they're giving you, and it's a lot. There's a trivia set. There's the fibbage where you're lying at
trivia.
yourself. You're basically lying to yourself to lie to other people.
Okay.
Which I like that general idea.
That's interesting. Is Bidiots the trivia one?
Bidiots is an auctioning game where it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, where someone will make an idea and you basically make a bid on it, and whoever has the highest money.
I've played something similar.
Yeah. Quiplash, I think, is the
trivia one.
The trivia one.
Yeah, I played something similar to Bidiots, and I didn't. Snake Oil. I played Snake Oil. Basically, your Snake Oil version. You try to sell a product that you get the cards for.
I get you.
It wasn't bad per se, but it just, I don't know. I checked out pretty quick.
Okay. And then the next one on the 7th is,
how do you do that?
I don't know. Space Hulk Tactics, which is another Warhammer 40K game. This one is a super gruesome
like a
dungeon crawler turn-based
This looks kind of cool.
I like the look of Warhammer 40K. I can't wrap my mind around it.
Is this multiplayer? Multiplayer.
Online multiplayer.
We may have to check this out.
More skulls for the Skull Throne.
We may have to check this out. This looks kind of cool.
Okay.
And those ones are coming out on what date?
The 7th or the 8th. I'm sorry.
Okay,
the 8th.
Jackbox and Space Hulk, or Jackbox Party Pack 2, and Space Hulk are August 8th.
And then on the 14th is a very interesting game that I've had the honor of playing.
Slay the Spire.
Slay
Now,
the Spire.
Space Hulk is PC and Jackbox is Xbox. Just clarifying.
Yeah, which sucks because you say we got to check it out, but it's like only. I mean, unless you
I
want
mean,
to
do you
hop on this
think it wouldn't? This computer should be able to render that. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. We could probably make it work. We'll play around with it.
We'll play around with it.
I
But,
doubt my laptop could.
Yeah, oh no. Slay the Spire, which is a very interesting roguelite turn-based card game.
Okay.
You pick up cards on your way to quote-unquote slaying the Spire. You start off every round with a new pack of cards that suits your character. And you basically pick up new cards, or they get cards taken away from you. You make money off of fighting, and you spend that money on very particular cards at stores, that sort of thing.
And this one they're dropping for both console and PC.
Correct. And that one is on
the
14th. And I already have it, but for those who don't, I recommend it heavily if you just want something to sit down for about 15 minutes and do a quick run. Because I guarantee you, if it takes longer than 15 minutes, it's because you're doing a shield tank build. And boy, oh boy, can those cards stack up heavily. Just saying.
I try to do stacking things when I play Hearthstone.
Yeah, no, that's a big one. I'll talk about this. So, Dark Souls Compendium just released not too long ago.
So once again, they're trying to get all your money.
They're trying to get all your money, but this one is all of them in this giant, easy to reference format in this tome of a book.
Hardcover, very pretty.
It has prints in there. It looks so nice.
Can you pull up a bigger image of the cover?
Sure thing.
Do you think they did that like fabric-y touch to it? You know what I'm talking about?
The carbon fiber-esque?
Yeah, like they did for the Fallout 4 book.
Maybe.
Because it kind of looks like it. I like when they do that.
Yeah, look, I mean, shit. But on the cover, it showcases all 3 Dark Souls covers to a degree. It's got the regular Lothric Knight. It's got your overhand Herald Knight, and then the ending of 3's Knight on the very cover. And it looks great. It looks fantastic. I don't think that this cover can be outdone by any of them.
Question
down the line.
Do you think there will be a Dark Souls 4?
No.
So do you think from here we're going to get more Sekiro and stuff like that?
We're gonna get some We're gonna get some different games, that's for sure. From Software is gonna probably work on something else. Considering Sekiro's somewhat of a success, I can say we're probably gonna stick around there for a little bit. I don't know about a Sekiro 2 or something else.
What was the pre-Dark Souls one?
Demon Souls.
Do you think we'll ever get?
No.
Okay.
I know your question. No.
Okay.
I don't think that. I don't think that he. I don't think Miyazaki would like to go back to it.
Okay. And while we're still on the book, the compendium is currently on sale on Prime.
30% off.
So it's knocked down to a nice $32.61, which is a really good price for something like this.
Yeah, its
normal price isn't bad either, because normal price is $49.99.
Yeah,
you're saving $17.38 at the 35% off. So it's not bad.
It is not bad, and it showcases that it is 480 pages.
So it's a compendium. Is it like are there walkthroughs?
It is basically a little hint. It is maps and otherwise, and it's basically.
So it's what I need to stand a chance.
No, that is the straight up indication of get good. This is just maps. It's not gonna help you fight better.
Well, no, but it'll help me find shit.
Yeah, it'll help you find shit. Customer images. People have already taken pictures of it.
Oh no, it's not that felt then. I can see in these images.
Oh yeah, it's just.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if it. Well, this cover looks different.
No, it is a little different.
It has color.
Oh, this is the actual
book.
Yeah.
Well, go back to the
case.
There we go. The case is still not the felt, but the case is like a goldish.
Has a trim.
And then the book, they actually have like color to it, other than because everything is drawn in gold on the case. The book has like blues and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Oh, the very front page. It has Sunbro on it.
Now, what I worry is about on these things is the spines.
Yeah.
Because the company that just went out of business, I don't remember their name, but the company that used to do all of the guides and shit, every now and then you get those spines that were just crap. I don't remember which company it was, but
it's not Future. This is
Future.
This is Future.
I've never had a Future, so I don't know how their spines are. But it's what I've noticed about some of the bigger books. I've had encyclopedias for comics that just the fucking spine went out on quick.
No, this looks like it can hold up against a war.
It's just when you put 400 pages in something that this size,
yeah, it's gonna happen.
gravity's gonna pull on things.
Oh wow!
Hey, you see what I mean about the colors?
Yeah, it looks really nice. It's like a nice amber color, and it's so good. But enough of that. Anything else you got on your?
Yeah, I got 3 things left over here.
Hit me.
So Call of Duty Modern Warfare dropped a few more information. It will launch on PlayStation first, which pisses me off, even though I'm not getting it. It'll be out 12th of September. They got rid of Season Pass because they are just basically going to throw fucking maps at you for free.
That's fine.
Which is all good. And PlayStation did an article on it. They actually did an article to be like, it's coming here first, and it's crossplay to PC only. I was like,
okay, weird flex, but okay.
Okay. Yeah, they're bringing in all kinds of shit, custom stuff. They're kind of listening finally, it seems.
I watched a little bit of their gameplay while you were talking about the couple part comic for Picard.
Yeah,
I watched a little bit just in glancing, and I was like, the gameplay looks nice.
And with crossplay, you can actually customize the settings as a console player as to whether or not you want to play against someone that's using keyboard and mouse.
I don't know. I was always pretty fair against my own mind when I was playing on console, so I'd be like, yeah, if this is the way life is going to be, let life be hard.
So,
hashtag get good.
It's kind of an interesting option to have.
I mean, you can do that in Fortnite.
Can you?
Yeah,
okay.
You can close out people same console. Yeah, I'm just saying that it's not a new feature by any stretch of the imagination. It's just how hard do you want it?
Yeah. And other stuff, other news. The Master Chief Collection is getting forge maps from Halo 3, 4, and Reach. There's a whole thing in here about your custom maps and when to have them ready, what date they're going to do this on, and the steps you need to go through to do your custom maps being uploaded, because you basically get to do this once. But it's something they're doing for the fans because they know some of us have put a lot of work in. It'll be August 12th to August 26th at 10 a.m. Oh, sorry, not August 12th to August 26th. It'll be August 12th and August 26th. Just those 2 days. Both at 10 a.m. PST. So get your maps ready. Go find what you need and get your shit through. They're not going to let you do this again. And then I've got some interesting news. We've been covering the fire at Kaido Animation. Kaido, is that right? Kyoto? K-Y-O.
Kyoto.
Kyoto. Thank you.
What?
We've been covering the fire at Kyoto Animation, and they have come out and said, yes, we did get the guy's novel when he sent it in for our novel competition. He was knocked out in the first round. Plain, done and simple.
Yeah.
They did not steal his shit.
He sent it in.
Even if they did steal his shit, that doesn't give you the right to go and light a fucking building on fire and kill people and destroy people's work.
Yeah.
So, that's all I really had to say on that one. And then New Zealand. Not New Zealand. I said the NZ, and I immediately thought New Zealand. Swedish. Sweden. They just got the pre-order for PlayStation 5. Revealing that it is going to be 9,999 Swedish krone. That's about $1,580.
Ow.
Yeah. This is after previously having dealt with the PlayStation 3 being about 1,200 for the 60 gigabyte version, and then them dropping the PlayStation 4 to about 650. And now this is where the NZ came in, because it's actually NZ, so New Zealand, I'm assuming that is.
Mm-hmm.
they're saying the PlayStation 5 will likely launch more around a $400 US, and I call bullshit. I don't think they're going to sell it for 400.
600.
They're saying
maybe,
400
but that's-
US, 610 NZ is
That's
what they're
okay.
suggesting, but that's not the prices we're seeing, because if it's 400 US, 610 NZ, but the current thing we're looking at is 1580 NZ, that's probably going to be close to 1380 US. Based off, that's going from
'cause
Swedish
that's
krone
30. There's a 30%. So we're looking at maybe
NZ.
$1,200.
Yeah. And I saw a defense online. Well, you guys pay $1,000 for phones. Now, I make payments on my phone.
Yeah. Whoa. Nobody throws that shit out of their back pocket.
First of all, I make payments on my phone. Second of all, my phone is extremely out of date because of the price of phones. If this console is anywhere near these reported prices when it comes out, because a lot of this is speculation based off of one pre-order site. If the prices are anywhere near this when it comes out, I'm not getting the PlayStation 5. It's that fucking simple.
Oh boy.
And that's all I have left on here. Which one do you want to go to?
Let's go here. Cause you got how many of these?
Well, I was thinking maybe we should end with this one.
Okay, fine. We'll do
We have
that.
one last thing, and then we'll end with that one.
Okay, fine.
So we didn't have shoe news today.
But now we
No
do.
one announced any Pop Fun shoes. So, because it's kind of become a staple, and I already looked. Yeah, I looked hard. Because it's kind of become a fun little moment. We found some good wholesome news. A mom in Arkansas, was it?
It is Arkansas. Arkansas.
That's not how it's said.
Arkansas.
You're from this country,
Arkansas.
Illinois.
Arkansas.
We're pissing off people from all states. A
Arkansas.
mom in Arkansas, in Arkansas, was shopping at a local Payless because they were doing their store closing, and from what I understand, she kind of made a joke looking around the store with the employee how much to buy the rest of the store, and that joke turned into a reality, and she bought 1,500 pairs of shoes and pairs of children's shoes and donated them to children in need. This whole thing actually sparked a thing in the community to where churches got together and they were doing like free haircuts. There were people that were taking backpacks and filling them with school supplies, doing all kinds of shit to help kids out. But she's got actual photos of a room in her house, just fucking stacks of shoes everywhere. And so it says the family will be giving them away on August 10th at a back to school event,
Which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, she had the ability, and also it meant Payless got a little bit more money before they went out, help them cover any last minute things, I'm sure.
Not bankruptcy.
Yeah, I mean, when a place closes, well, that's not bankruptcy if they're going out of business like this.
Oh, they're just closing.
Yeah, they're gone.
Okay, yeah.
So at this point, it's a form of liquidation, I'm sure.
Okay.
It's not a government forced liquidation.
It's just a thanks for the last ditch effort.
Yeah, so, what's left here will probably go to, pay out anything they still owe employees and stuff like that. So any contracts they need to fulfill, stuff like that. So some good news there in shoe news. Now we can move on to the last thing.
All right, last thing we got. Quincy owns how many Game Boys?
Classics, the actual original big gray brick, 3 or 4, plus the travel case. Then I have 2 advances. Oh, I have one of the little gray, like when he came back tiny, like smaller.
The SP?
No. Like there was the Game Boy, and then before the Game Boy Color, they had a smaller Game Boy. Type in like all versions of the Game Boy or early versions of the Game Boy, something like that. I don't remember what he's called. No, these are
Super Game Boy Pocket?
Yeah, I think it's the Pocket 96. That seems about right. Go and pull that up, and I'll let you know if it's actually it.
Okay.
Sure
thing, boys.
So I have 3 or 4 of the original big gray ones. I have one. I'm thinking Pocket. Yep. No, that's the Pocket. Yeah, it looks just like the big one. So yeah, I have the Game Boy Pocket. I have the Pokemon Yellow Game Boy Color. I don't have a regular Game Boy Color. I have the actual Pokemon Yellow one.
The one that has the little Pikachu down here?
Yeah. I, like I said, have the travel case for the regular Game Boy. I have 2 advances. I have the white advance, and I have like the greenish see-through that they did for like N64 controllers and stuff like that, the bluish see-through. I have 2 SPs. I want to say it's a blue one and a white one. I don't have the Game Boy Micro, but I have seen them.
I wouldn't mind having one of those.
Yeah, the Micros were kind of cool. Then I have... What was it after the SP?
Micro.
Yeah, no, there was something else after the SP.
That Micro, and that was it.
Okay, then they went into the 3DSs and stuff like that. So we in the house have one 3DS. No, there was something else other than the SP. It was before it went 3DS, but it looked like the 3DS. It was still the dual screen thing. It just wasn't 3D. Wasn't there something like that? No? I feel like this article you pulled up is missing something.
We'll do that.
Nintendo handhelds. I used to have, if this list has it, I used to have that, actually.
The Game & Watch?
Yeah, okay, maybe it's not that one then. Game Boy. That. Okay, right there. Nintendo DS. That's what it was. We have a Nintendo DS in the house.
Okay.
And then we have the Nintendo 3DS.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
So no, it wasn't the thing that was up there, the wheel watch, but it's something very similar where it's just a square. It had a built-in game. That's all it was. And I used to have those for a little while.
Okay.
Yeah, so final count, I have 3 or 4 originals. I have 1 pocket. I have 1 special color. I have 2 advances, 2 SPs, 1 DS, and 1 3DS.
Who doggy?
And I'm not even happy with that collection. I want more.
Who doggy?
I used to have the big Traveler's Pack for the Advance too, where it came with the rechargeable battery pack, the plug-in pack so that you could just be plugged into the wall, the glass that would light it up and magnify it. I never had the one for the Game Boy though that they did, just the Game Boy Advance one. The car charger, the wall charger, all kinds of shit.
Jesus.
Plenty of cases for my games. I actually have 2 different carrying cases for the original. I have the hard plastic one that they had where it was you put the console in this big beast of a fucking plastic container and you wear it around your neck. And then I had the one that was like fabric and actually slid in there and I had pouches for all the games and stuff. We were a Nintendo household when I was growing up.
Yeah.
We had the Game Boy, we had the Game Boys, we had the NES, the Super NES, and the N64. And eventually the GameCube as well. Like we were a fucking
Nintendo.
Like I didn't really play Sega and Atari like you did because we had Nintendo. Yeah. We didn't own very many games. This was the era of Blockbuster. We went and rented them all.
Yeah, that's fine, fair. I also rented.
We owned like 4 or 5 N64 games. We owned Turok. We owned one of the Maddens. I don't have either one of those anymore. We owned Mario Kart 64.
Hell yeah, you did.
And we owned GoldenEye. And what was that racing one where it was like the spaceship looking things?
Spaceship? Wipeout?
No, it wasn't Wipeout. It's not that big of a deal. But that was basically what we owned for the 64. Everything else we rented. We had more games for the NES and Super NES.
F-Zero?
Yeah, F-Zero X. Yeah. We never owned Donkey Kong Country for the N64, and it pissed me off. Because I owned the Super Nintendo versions of Donkey Kong Country, but we never had the N64 ones, and I always wanted the N64 ones.
I used to love San Francisco Rush.
Never played
it. It's probably one of my most favorite racing games just because of how crazy it was.
Yeah, I was never good at racing, so it was like, if it wasn't like a kart racer, I just didn't really get into it.
Oh, okay. I get you. But,
we brought all that up because it's yesterday was the 30th anniversary of the Game Boy.
And damn, what a 30 years.
And to think that it's probably over now because of the Switch.
Damn. Yeah, you're right.
So, okay, wait. So 30 years.
Yeah.
So it came out.
I am just barely older.
I was just about to say, you've had Game Boy your entire life almost.
Yeah.
Versus like the only time you didn't have a Game Boy, like Game Boys in your life, I should say, not necessarily the only one. But the only time Game Boys weren't in your life, you were too young to even understand a fucking Game Boy, anyways.
Yeah. And I mean, I started off with a color, and I had
loser.
I had color, and I had Pokemon Red as that was my starter kit.
My starters were Mega Mans.
I got into those
and Pipes. Because I was on the Game Boy.
Yeah, I got a little bit later on with the Mega Man.
And then I ended up getting Pokemon Yellow. because I was into the cartoon, so my mom bought yellow.
Hey.
I had the Lion King game, which pissed me off because every time you died, it would just play the same fucking death scene with the same fucking lyric. I just turned the fucking sound off. I got so tired of it.
I get you.
It was like identical to the Super Nintendo game, which I also had, and played the exact same fucking death scene as well. Fun fact: the first time I got in trouble for cursing was because of a Super Nintendo game. I was playing one of the Donkey Kong countries. It was the mission where you're fighting the vulture on the like pirate ship, the boss battle. And he killed me. I was like, "Oh, you killed me, you bastard!" I was like 5, 6, and my mom goes, "What did you say?" I was like, "He killed me." My mom's version of punishment was she basically just made fun of me for the next several weeks. We were moving shortly after that, so like if someone like cut them off in traffic, she'd be like, "Hey Quincy, is that guy a bastard?" It was probably the best way to handle punishing me for cursing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Instead of actually doing like high end things, yeah, that would actually be a pretty good one.
So, what was your favorite Game Boy?
I guess it would probably have to be the color. It was what I had, and it's what I can remember. I mean, I like the Advance. The Advance probably graphically and overall handled everything
The
well.
feel of holding it too.
Yeah. So I'll say Advance. I'll say Advance over under. Just because it had a lot of games that had some soundtracks that I can remember to this day. Golden Sun, Final Fantasy Tactics.
See, I didn't have headphones. That was like the only thing I ever had for my Game Boys was
Yeah.
headphones. So I just always played with the sound off
Oh.
because my parents don't want to hear the music going all the time.
Yeah, I getcha.
I think the Pocket was my favorite just because I literally could put it in my pocket until the Advance happened. Then once the Advance happened, I fucking loved it. I got the SPs and still played on my Advances. I played my Advances so much that the backlighting went out on them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually really hard to do.
I have no backlighting on my Advance.
Shit.
I'll pull it out. I'll show you. That sounded wrong.
Your words, not mine.
But so then I switched over to the SPs because the backlighting went on the Advance. I didn't own a DS until me and Lauren started dating because my DS is actually her DS and she just lets me use it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because by that point, it's just they started getting so expensive.
Yeah. $149 for just a handheld thing,
and it's like plus you still have to buy games.
Yeah.
But I have love for the DS and the 3DS. I just never use the 3DS capabilities because it gives me a headache. And I think it's because of my eyesight and my color deficiency. Mostly the color deficiency. I can't really see 3D movies the way most people do also. And I think it's the color deficiency.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that's depending on colors reacting to the glasses and stuff. You're trying to pull this up quiet enough that the mics don't pick it up.
No, I wanted to pick it up.
We're going to get sued.
Joke's on you. Probably not. But Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, like this song,
yeah,
I kept it on the main screen just so I can hear this. And this is
I get that though. Like
it's just so good and clear.
No, you know what my favorite sound was? The sound the original Game Boy made when it turned on.
Ding.
Yes. And there were times
I mean that still did it through the Advance.
Yeah, there were times where I would turn it on just to hear it. Do you want to play? Just wanted to hear that noise.
Just wanted to hear it.
And just quick flip over.
Yeah, and then when your batteries were dying, you'd still do it just to hear it, and then be like, "Can I play a little bit?" No, okay, well.
Do you remember that the original Game Boy, when you flip the power switch, a little prong came out to go over the cartridge? That's why the cartridges have a dip. There's a little prong that slides out, so your cartridge doesn't pop out while you're playing.
Oh.
Yeah, and then eventually, that just. I guess the technology that holds them in got better, so those are gone in like the Advance and stuff like that.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah, I'll get one of them and show you.
Okay. But yeah, no, Final Fantasy Tactics, like even the freaking cover for the freaking soundtrack looks like these three guys are about to drop the fattest beats.
Yeah, they're ready. So that's about all we had. If there's anything else you want to say about Game Boys or games or anything?
I'm pretty good, man. Game Boy was a good time, and I mean,
you were a Sega guy.
I wouldn't say I was Sega.
You had Sega Channel at least.
I had it for a month.
Oh, Lauren describes it as you guys having it a lot longer than that.
I thought we only had it for a month. She said we had it longer, but I'm like, I don't remember it then.
I think maybe you had it for a month. she probably had it longer and you came over because her dad being the cable guy.
Yeah.
They could afford Sega Channel because they got a discount on cable.
Maybe.
And I know you guys lived with them for a short period.
For a bit, but I remember loaning out my NES or N64 for that time.
Yeah.
And then they had a PlayStation 1, and I would play on that.
I like PlayStation 1.
And then as soon as we went our separate ways, I got a PS2, and I just rocked house on that PS2. That PS2 has been through hell and back, and then it finally died not too long ago. Then I bought one of the Slims, the ones that had the pop-up trays.
I didn't like the pop-up tray. I like the big. I still have my big one.
I prefer the big one, but I don't mind the little tiny ones. The little tiny one is fine for what I use it for.
Yeah, I definitely my PlayStation 2 is definitely the console I've logged the most time with. Even when you stop to consider that I probably play more now than I used to.
Yeah.
But because it was just like every second went into the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, and I mean the games for PlayStation 2.
Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff.
Like,
they really pushed what that system could do graphic wise too.
Oh yeah.
Like you look at where it was when it launched versus where it was when it ended. Like
Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2.
Yeah, they did a lot with that console. So I think they just learned how to do it, is what it was.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we have for you guys today. So next week we will be back with our Jason Segel night, and hopefully the week after that, Mad Max.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Final Fantasy 12 was a sequel?